What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the 6th episode of Super Cub. This one's titled My Cub. Very simple. I assume this is probably from Koguma's perspective back again. But yeah, last time out was a more Reiko-focused episode, and what she did over summer. Because we saw what Koguma's doing all summer with her courier job, essentially, for the school. Which, again, is something is kind of cool that the school offers something like that. I wish UK schools had something similar to that, because it's great work experience. It's a good part-time type of job that you can do over summer, which is something very, very useful to have. Yeah, just in general, it's a good idea. I would love it if... not that I don't think there's much call for that type of thing in our schools, but still. It would be nice if the schools offered more opportunities for that. I think that would help out overall, because one of the toughest parts of getting a job is not the grades. Grades, I don't think I've actually applied for a job where grades matter. Like, maybe they help you, just like, oh, look, they're competent, they did well in school. Maybe that's the extent of it, but I've never been questioned about my school experience. It's always been work experience. Like, how much experience do you have with this software? Because I do a lot of IT software stuff. So it's like specific experience with this software, specific experience in this type of industry, things like that. That's so much more important than what grade you get in school. And I feel like schools are kind of behind on the times in that regard. And I feel like that's something, at least here in the UK, should be pushed forward. Maybe they have made steps since I left. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, back off that, because that was a previous episode. So for Reiko Summer, she ended up working for a resupply base in Mount Fuji. I assume there's like business and stuff up Mount Fuji, and you can't just take a conventional truck up there. So they have this like tractor or tracked vehicle that moves supplies up and down on particular trails, which is kind of cool. However, the reason she was doing this job was to take her cub up to the summit of Mount Fuji, which is something that apparently only 2 people have done before her. And that would be quite the achievement, to be the third person ever to take a cub up there. You normally need like a high-performance dirt bike or whatever, which makes sense. Because you need the power, you need the tires and the grip, you need a durable chassis, you need all the good stuff that comes with it, obviously. Hence why she's pretty much heavily modified this cub as well. Probably why she's so interested in heavily modding as well. However, honestly, more than just the trail being kind of treacherous, which, honestly, it wasn't depicted so treacherous. Yes, there's a lot of cliff edges that it could have been very bad if she made a mistake in, like, one area. It's like, she just go over the cliff, and that's it. You don't come back from that. At least if you do, you don't come back walking ever again. So... yeah, she crashed a lot, she beat up her poor cub a lot, and she almost got there in the end. Almost got there, but one last crash knocked out the engine. Well, it didn't knock out the engine, it cracked the oil, and you don't risk it when you've got an oil leak, because you run out of oil, the whole thing's going to seize up, and that could be a dead engine and far more costly to repair than just repairing the oil leak and getting some fresh oil in there, so... and just hoping that nothing else got damaged in the impact as well. But, yeah. I honestly, more than anything, it was her blindness, essentially. Like, she would just hit rocks right in front of her. It's like, well, you've got tracks you could follow, which almost certainly would move or crush rocks underneath them or push them down so that it's a bit more of a stable surface. I mean, there's a very, very clear marked track, so it's obviously frequent enough and durable enough that they stay marked, so why not follow them? I find the issue with, she was way too gung-ho about her entire approach to that. If she was seriously trying to be number 3 there, I think she should have had a bit more patience. I think she was too impatient all the way up there. And that's probably the main reason that she ultimately failed, I think. And I don't know if she's going to retrospect on that necessarily, but, you know. But telling the story and bonding over that, Reiko and Koguma, we learned that the cursed Super Cub isn't actually cursed. The 3 people it's killed, no, the first one died just from over drinking, was nothing to do with the cub. Second one left town because of debt, and the third one just lost their license and could not keep the Cub. So yeah, there is no people who died on the Cub, so it's just a rumor. And once that rumor sticks, it unfortunately just sticks. But yeah, we're also aiming for our Class 1 driver's license, which would allow us to have, I think, larger engine, higher speeds on a vehicle that we ride. I think we're no longer limited by a 50cc engine, I think. I forget how Japanese class system works. We looked at it a little bit last time, as well as the UK system, when it comes to vehicles like this. Mainly because I'm kind of interested in... Like, seriously, I would buy a Super Cub at this point. Like, this show is such a good advertisement for Super Cub. I'm honestly considering getting one. However, the problem is, it's perfect for me in my daily use, because I don't do a lot of, like, far commuting. I'm very much like a small local commuter. That would be perfect for me. But the road quality... UK road quality in the country is just not good enough. There's too many potholes, there's too many really poor upkept roads that it just wouldn't work. Also, there's massive hills occasionally, and getting the Super Cup up that hill is going to be a pain in the arse. So it ultimately just won't work out. Some of the roads are a bit iffy at the best of times if you're in a car, so I don't know how a Super Cup's going to handle that. So can't put a dash in those dreams, but you know, if I was in the city, like if I was in the city more and not out rural so much, I think I absolutely would have a Super Cub just for commuting around the city. I think that would be perfect. So if I ever move to the city at any point, I think that will work out. But yeah, we're going to get into this week's episode. We're going to load the episode up here, make sure we're actually on the right quality. I don't know what it is about Funimation Player, by the way. I don't know if this is what's happening with you guys as well. I know my Japanese audience probably aren't watching this on Funimation. They probably have their own version or somewhere else that they acquire this. But for my American audience and UK and anyone else who has access to Funimation, why is Funimation Player so bad recently? Like, it doesn't load up on 1080p by default. It loads up on 432. The player's sizing is all weird still. I don't know. I feel like Funimation Player has somehow managed to get worse last month. I didn't think that was possible. Like, I already didn't like the player, and now it's just getting even worse. Anyway, as per usual, these are turn-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as Symphogear G, which will be following straight after this, so stay tuned for that. We also have movie reactions available on the channel, with Kiki's Delivery Service being voted on as the May movie. So we'll be watching that at some point this month, either on a Monday or a Saturday, since that fits my schedule the best, so stay tuned for that. Here on YouTube, we have to do timer-based, so bottom left of the screen, you'll see a timer for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. On play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we should be in sync. We're watching this one on Funimation as per usual, since they licensed it. We have the Katakawa logo and then the Funimation logo to start, so it's about 10 seconds of the logos, give or take. I'll call them out as I go past, but you can also see a screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Katakawa. Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Alright, we did get it. Nice. Okay, I didn't know the number plate colors were different depending on the licensing. Interesting. We're now type 2. Awesome. Nice. Even if you're not really feeling those limitations, knowing that they've been removed is still a nice feeling. A super weird example of that I can relate to, kind of relate to, is credit limit. Like, I don't actually have a credit card. I always thought the idea of credit was so dumb. It's like, why would I want to spend money that I don't have? Like, who does that? Like I feel like that's just a gateway to debt, and it's like, oh wait, you kind of do need a credit score, don't you? So the only credit I use is actually PayPal credit. It works out quite well because a lot of things especially like monthly subscription stuff, is handled through PayPal. Just put on the credit. I can see how much I'm spending a month. I can make a judgment whether I need to start canceling subscriptions or changing some. But the credit limit, I don't get anywhere close to my credit limit. But I'm still like hoping I can get a little increase in it because it's like, what if I need to make an emergency purchase? That's options always there, right? Just a weird example of it. All right, here we go. Oh, excursion. All right. That smile. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because high schools are known for conducting themselves responsibly. Maybe in Japan it's a bit different. I don't know. Hmm. Of course, he's checking out routes and stuff. It's the view from the road. It's also the journey on the road, but food. I can relate. Okay. Hmm. Fever? Oh no. Oh boy. 38. It's on the low end. It's not super terrible to be at 38. Still good to take it easy though. And we're back down, okay. Back down within 2 hours, okay. That's unlucky. But you don't know if it going down, you don't know if it would have gone down if you had gone through and been super active. It's like you could have probably just made it worse, so it was still the right thing to do. Of course, it went all the way to the Cub. Gearing up, gearing up. Sure. Hmm. No. Maybe I'll listen next time. Sure. isn't this isn't this music a different like version of is it the ED? I forget, but I think it's ED. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Inclines. Interesting. Hmm. Quite the view. $25. It's a nice car on the right there, actually. Like a classic almost. Oh, perfect timing. Jesus, what is the timing cycle on that coach? That was impressive. Here we go. Hmm. What would you done if the coach got an incident? No riding whilst you're on the expedition. Makes sense. I don't like the what if isms when it comes to accidents. It's like, you could have got into an accident just as easy as her. Like, let's be real. Yes, most likely let's get into accidents more often, I suppose, but still. So excited. Interesting. 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 Yeah. God, that friendship's so good to see evolving over time. Such awkward, stilted, barely conversations, and now. Hmm. Hmm. They're really. They're not actually going to, are they? Not rule breakers 11. I love that actually had the wind noise and you could barely hear over it. That's a nice little touch. Wait, what? Oh, oh shit. You really pushed it far, huh? Wow. Hmm. Hunter Cub, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Palm bikes, okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm fairly confident that will be the case. May have to replace every single part on it eventually, but hmm. Obviously. I mean, considering the history they've had, I'm sure they'll. Well, hmm. Idiots. Love them. Mm-hmm. ED time. I do wonder actually about longevity of Cubs now. with a huge push towards EVs. There is an electric Cub out, right? I believe there's already one. I think I remember seeing maybe even a couple of models of electric ones. But I mean, with so many manufactured, there's bound to be spares and parts galore. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of inventory. And since they are fuel efficient and super low emission, I'm sure there won't be any problems or legislation against them for a while. Because I can't remember the legislation when it comes to stopping the production of petrol and diesel vehicles, but even then, even if we say 2040 comes around, so 20 odd years time, we just say no more petrol and diesel vehicles made, done. It will probably be many, many years before electric vehicles are even half of the vehicles on the road, because cars have such good long lifespans. I'm sure Cubs have just as good lifespans as well. So, I think you'll be riding your Cub for a long, long time. I hope so too. The Girl of Summer, Sky Aqua. Interesting. Is that maybe... Are we finally going to be meeting the third character of the show? Potentially? The Girl of Summer, Sky Aqua. Zuri no Shoujo. Okay. I guess that's probably going to be our introduction to our third character, because we haven't got there yet, still. It would seem to make the most sense, honestly, but... Yeah. God, I love the show. It's so chill. Fun little moments between Reiko. Seeing Koguma and Reiko's friendship evolve over time has been amazing. It really has been, and it's just so... It's just a feel-good show. It truly is, and it embodies the feel-good show type, and I love it. And whilst I personally have not got the experience with a Cub or a vehicle, I can still find so many similarities to things they're portraying that are universally seen in other hobbies and other interests that you can equate to. And I love that fact about it. Also, it's just a fantastic advert for a Cub. Really. It's just a fantastic advertisement for the vehicle. It genuinely is. I'm actually kind of curious. Is there any secondhand Cubs for sale around me? Let's see. Let's see. Looking for Hondas. Let's see. Let's just see what happens. Search. Boop, 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 boo. C125 Super Cubs. Let's have a look. Are these local to me, or are these... No, these are just national, so these could be a ways away for all I know. But there are a couple of models on here. C125 Super Cubs. Only a few thousand miles on them. Running around the $3,000 mark for these versions. Those are the only C125 Super Cubs. Are there any other Super Cubs on here? I don't know. I don't know what other... Because the C125 Super Cub is not the only type of Cub, right? How do I reset this filter? There we go. Yeah, I don't know what the other names of, the Cubs would be. Is it just C125? Is that anyone I can necessarily find here? Yeah. These are all in very, very good condition, though. doesn't seem to be any, like, cheap used versions available. Which is kind of impressive when you think about it, because it's like... I'm fairly certain I was using used bikes, right? Not brand new. Yeah, I was definitely looking at used. Yeah, I was definitely looking at used. Okay. New bikes? I wonder if they've got any. Let's see if they've got any brand new ones. Doesn't look like they got any Cubs. Nah, they got no Cubs. But yeah, it's just interesting to look at. I never actually bothered to check, but I don't know what other model numbers they have, if it's just the C125 Super Cub or if there's other ones listed. Anyway. Yeah, just a great feel-good show. I'm loving every single second of it. I'm hoping next episode is going to be the new girl, just to add a bit more of a group dynamic, because Reiko and Koguma are really getting along as good friends now. And it's nice to see their friendship evolve, like I said, from the stilted conversations to now having back and forth as if it's nothing. It's just so nice. Also, going off and doing something, even though the teacher specifically said not to. I love that. I like I said, I don't like the what ifism as, what if you got into a crash? It's like, what if you got into a crash? You're in the coach. So what? You can crash just as likely as I can. Like, what's your point? I hate that mentality. It's like, okay, well... I mean, she has her license, so... she's just as qualified to drive as anyone else, realistically. So, again, they don't really have any argument there, but still. You know. It makes sense to say, hey, you can't ride it whilst you're here, we're on an excursion, you're not allowed to. Because you shouldn't normally have the bike here, but still. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 live find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.